Good morning. My name is Mark Krikorian. I'm Executive Director of the Center for Immigration Studies. We're a think tank here in Washington that examines the impact of immigration on the United States. One of the important components of the immigration system that really isn't studied very much is the whole appeals mechanism. People who try to fight deportation go through the immigration court system and the Board of Immigration Appeals and what have you, and it's just not studied very much. People, like taking pictures of the fence and all of that, and there's just not much photogenic, frankly, about immigration courts, and it doesn't get the same kind of public attention, even though it really is a vital component of any properly functioning immigration system. Anybody who even casually follows the immigration issue probably doesn't know anything about the immigration courts, but would sensibly conclude that they probably don't work very well, since nothing else in the immigration system works very well. Well, our author today has direct experience at it and looked at the issue very closely and found out that it's way worse than you think. Mark Metcalf is a former Justice Department and Defense Department official, was an immigration judge for a number of years in Miami, and has used that experience as well as really diving into the data reported about immigration courts and how cases are resolved, and has come to concluded that not only are there defects in the courts, but there's also defects in reporting about the defects in the courts. So that's what this report lays out in some detail, along with some constructive suggestions of how to potentially reform it. Commenting on it are some people who have different kinds of experience in dealing with the issue. Griselle Ibarra is an immigration attorney in Miami, has a sort of 15 minutes of fame when she was arrested during the Elian Gonzalez controversy. And she's appeared before Judge Metcalf, and so she's obviously got direct experience as an attorney for the immigrants trying to avoid deportation, and has some thoughts about how that might be improved. And our two other respondents are Andy McCarthy, senior fellow at the National Review Institute, former federal prosecutor, was involved in the prosecution of the blind sheiks, author of a book called The Grand Jihad. And finally, Hans von Spakovsky, senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, was in the Civil Rights Division at the Justice Department, and is kind of created a position for himself as the unofficial Inspector General of the Justice Department from the outside. So Mark will present his findings. We'll have responses, comments from each of the discussants, and then we'll take some Q&A from the audience.